Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and of course, this is an open mic panel. I can repost the Hangout link to the YouTube chat in a second, but this comes off the back of something that has just quite recently happened. I'm joined by my guests this evening, Mr. Dalvin Phoenix, Zone, the man himself, Shadow Killer, Venom, and me, the immortal and very, very sick Dr. Phill. Now, you can't, for a start off, you can't promote a show to be open mic without it being open mic. If you're going to have to vet every single person that you're going to have on a show, then it's not an open mic. Don't be so fucking retarded for a start off. It's mismarketing, mismanagement, incompetence, and general utter complete and fucking total stupidity. It gets nothing short of the biggest, most violent middle finger I can ever give to somebody. And your motherfuckers can eat a dick for a start
My
off.
my biggest fucking problem, and I'm gonna say it, is that I asked a legitimate question, and there's. Oh,
There it is.
yep. All right. No, hold on. The original question was, okay. Daba made a post in the Unshackled page asking about, saying that there has been absolutely no links to their Google Plus for open mic. So, of course, me being me, I said, fuck it. I went ahead and went on the BV page, and this is what I wrote. This is what here I'll screen. Oh yeah, yours is bigger. I wrote, "Hey guys, I have an important question to ask the producers of the Euro Tavern. If it's stated as open mic, why is there no link to the Google Plus? I know a lot of people who wanted to be on tonight's show, but not only was there no link, their questions in YouTube chat was ignored." Okay. Now, after I posted that, of course, there's a little bit of a flame war between Killzone and some other guy. He told me to stop bitching, and I would end up following, or I would lose followers. Which, of course, I had to reply that I won't lose anybody, because these are questions that were sent to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, this is something that was sent to me, and then
context.
Hiker comes back with this. Why, SK, instead of posting, by the way, Phil, you're not screen sharing on YouTube.
I should be. Shit.
I got YouTube up. Hiker sends this to me and says that I should do this in PM. Why? I mean, I never meant to have a little. I never meant for it to go the way it went with the little flame war. But why should I have PM'd her to ask that question?
No, fuck, it's fucking crap.
I mean, I wouldn't hide behind it. Even if I PM'd her, I would have straight out posted it for everybody.
There it is.
There it is. I mean, I would have. I would have straight out, as soon as she PM'd me the answer, I would have showed it to everybody. Because I'm not going to hide. No, I'm not like that. I am not that kind of person. I asked a question that's a public forum. People were scared to ask a question because their topics were getting deleted. Or they were getting straight out banned. Not only were they getting deleted, but they're getting banned from the page for asking this question.
Yeah.
So I went ahead. I mean, I am not going to do that. And of course, we had Grizzly get on there and have his say, telling me that, pretty much being
There it
rude.
is.
Okay, he was saying they'll run the Euro show as they see fit, and we'll run my show the way I see fit. It's not a ton concept. Don't like it, stop watching it. Sorry, that's rude. That
Not
is
only
rude.
it's wrong, it's not a show versus show thing.
No, it's not. It is not. I am not out to bash Battle Vortex. I am not out to hurt them. They got me my start. Okay? But I'm not going to sit there and talk to a lackey. At the end of the day, Grizzly is a lackey. The producers is Skip and Heike. They are the producers. Grizzly is a lackey. He's an arbiter. That's it. And as
Quickly,
for
Heavy Gunner.
Heavy Gunner, them two, they're lackeys. And at the end of the day, when it comes to how I run my show and how they run their show, my numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie.
No, they
They
don't.
have really messed up the show. The only person that, in my mind, who really gives an effort is Skipjack. If it wasn't for Skipjack, they would not have Wrong Thinker. They'd have no information. They would have nothing. Skipjack is that show. Without her, there's nothing. I don't see them. I don't hear them PMing Wrong Thinker on Kick's Eye to talk to him, ask him questions. That's all her.
It is.
I don't see any of that stuff. I mean, I don't see the problem with a legitimate question that is asked. Why it should be, and look, there's a guy who puts in there, I'm a nobody, so my comments really don't count. And he's wrong. Your comments count. Everybody's comments count. It does not matter. Okay, because this is Battle Vortex War Commander. Open mic stated. No, so his comments count. But he said thank you. You're always asking good questions, and your answers are always straight to the point. Hell, I would not know what to do in this game if it wasn't for all of you. I mean, that's including everybody on this panel and everything. That's why people like coming to watch my show, because I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to hide shit from you guys. Not a goddamn fucking thing. I'm not going to delete your goddamn post unless it's cheating or some, the regular shit that gets, kicked
The
off.
usual shit that I already get rid of.
Yeah. Other than that, I will hide nothing from you people. Not a goddamn thing. There is nothing secretive here. When I say open mic, I mean open mic. You don't have to PM me. I post that link in the side chat all the motherfucking time. That is an open mic.
Yeah, it is an open mic. It's an open forum. It's an open round table. Anybody can get in.
That's it. I don't care. And the only rule I only have a few rules on my open mic. If you're AAF, KT, TP, whatever, on my show, you are neutral. There is no I hate AAF, I hate KT, they go blow themselves. I won't have none of that. On my show, you are a neutral party. And matter of fact, I've had AAF and KT on together on an Unshackled show.
Yeah.
And they respect me for it.
This is the entire reason why I cracked this fucking thing open tonight, because otherwise it was just going to be me ranting and raving for fucking 10 minutes, but I'm glad everyone else decided to jump on as well. It's getting everything fucking out in the open after this fucking long. Aika, oh my god, she's fine as a person. As the lackey, perfectly acceptable. But she's got no fucking clue about producing the show. She has no fucking clue about half the shit that happens in the fucking game. And honestly, I cannot fathom the reason why she keeps continuing to parade this fucking high and mighty, I'm better than you fucking attitude. Because it doesn't fucking wash. It doesn't wash with me, and I highly doubt it washes with anybody who watches that piece of shit of a show either.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it exactly how I fucking feel, because it's just gone down fucking hill for weeks.
We have people in the chat, or I was watching some of their show earlier, okay? And it was stated that there could be 5 heroes in a platoon. 5. And Fuck You was in their chat going, what?
No.
No. There could be 4 in a platoon. They're split into squads. And it is impossible for you to have any more than 4. Impossible.
And you can only deploy
one at a time.
I was put aback. I skipped in and watched a little bit of it, and they were talking about the event structure, how they appreciated the way that you complete the first 20 before you can open up the master tiers. And they said, well, it's great that they have the instant repair, which was an unintentional thing that Kickside just left in because they screwed up and had it running. And then they were talking about attrition. There is no attrition. The attrition function doesn't work. Just the instant repair of platoons returning to the original damage sequence. That's all. They don't know what they're saying when they say it, it seems.
Yeah, pretty much. And Grumpy, she was the only one left after me and Phil were removed from our seat.
Well, originally, Heike, because of the way she is with the owner of Battle Vortex, she ended up getting the lead producer role over me. I wasn't particularly pleased with it. The decision still annoys me to this day. But I sucked it up and got on with doing the show. More than enough times, I do the show without her. Especially after her dad passed away. I did that show for 3 weeks fucking straight without the lead producer, supposedly. Which is all well
we're
and
not
good.
saying... Go ahead, Phil.
And all that, but fucking hell. To take this kind of fucking attitude and be the way that it's going down? Nah, I'm sorry, but no.
And, you know, at the end of the day, it's not that she's a great player. She's a good person. But I'm sorry, but you can't pick and choose who comes on and supposed to be an open mic. And that's not how you do things.
No.
Well, like I said just before we went on air, and I'm sure I'm reiterating what you've already touched on. An open mic is an open forum for anyone who has the ability to have a working microphone and headset and wants to put forth their view on the game, their view as to tricks, tips, techniques, experiences, learn and ask questions so that they can gain information, right? And if it's not publicly posted so that anyone in the game community that plays the game can put in their 2 cents, then it's not an open mic. That is a closed group of individuals that have contact by being friends on Kickside with Ica or one of the other arbiters, or have friendship on Facebook. If you're not a friend on Facebook, you can't PM her. If you're not a friend on KXL, you couldn't PM her. If you don't know her personally, you couldn't PM her. So unless you're within their little clique of individuals that are all buddy, how is that you can't get on the show? And in that case, you're not an open mic. Now, Shadow Killer lets anybody on. He's had to bump people off, unfortunately, because of technical issues with their audio systems or their vocal systems. They can't talk. He's literally, we all, those that are loyal to BV and loyal to Shadow and this show, and loyal to Dr. Phill and Dr. Phill show, we've jumped off to let other people who may have never been on any of these shows for War Commander come in and talk. We don't. I know Shadow and I know Dr. Phill doesn't pigeonhole. Oh, you have to be a level 36 or higher. You have to be a level 40 player higher. You have to have a 7 million ID or less. It's not like that. We don't care if you started yesterday. You can come on the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if you started yesterday, 3 years ago, last week. You could be level 1 or level fucking 50. I don't give a fuck.
That's right. Dr. Phill, Shadow Killer, Skipjack, they're loyal players, not just to the complex of War Commander or Battle Pirates or Vega Conflict, but they're players in a community of gamers who play the games, and they want to help the struggling new player, the loyal skilled player, to say, hey, guess what? I've played this for 4.5, 5 years, and shit, every day I get into this game and I learn something from somebody else. I learn shit from people that started a month ago that just happen to see things differently than what I'm aware of. And if it wasn't for this venue, if it wasn't for being able to listen to people who think outside the box, who orchestrate new techniques and new skills and new ideas, I would not be able to progress. I'd be locked down to my simple-minded, gung-ho, fucking throw everything at the base and blow shit up and then wait and repair and then go back at it again way of playing. And that doesn't work in the way that this game has progressed. the point is, an open mic is a vital part of the community, as much is the wiki for Troy. Thank God he's there to give us a little bit of insight in the statistics and the technical aspects of what the units are supposed to do, and the forums, which are allowed to relate things. Now, the forums are pigeon-held to a certain set of standards and a certain community guideline. That shadow killer, he tears that wall down and he lets you explain, fuck this is broke. Fuck them, they fucked with this. Screw this doesn't work. Or, hey, are we supposed to be able to have this function happen? Are we supposed to have our shit instantly repair? And sometimes we're in the middle of a show. It's like, shh, don't tell them that, because we don't want Kickside to know. But at the same time, for somebody who didn't realize it, it just popped their ears open and, you know, their eyes open, and they got a little hint of something that's good for them, going better for them, or helping the community, where you couldn't get away with saying that on the forums.
That's what we're all about. I mean, it's the way we work. It's the way we've always done shit. I mean, I have been on every fucking VV show, going all the way back to the beta version of Vega Conflict, Blackwater days of Battle Pirates, pre-world map in War Commander, back all the way back to the days of Backyard Monsters. I have been here for fucking ever. And this is the first time ever that I have felt personally persecuted by any fucking member of one of those shows. Any one of them. I've taken crap and I've taken banter and flack from just about fucking everybody everywhere. Yet the current War Commander team, or the War Commander Battle Vortex team, all bar one, and bar one being Skip, because I love Skip to bits, and she's the only one of them I have any fucking respect for. Without Skip, you'd have no wrong thinker. You'd have no slight into any fucking updates that are going to come out in any point. And it's the same fucking thing. I see it, and there are 2 points that are on the side of my temples that throb every time I see that fucking show. Because all it does is give me a fucking headache. You can't produce correct information from that particular show. You can't have fucking 5 heroes in a fucking platoon.
And this is not the first time he's fucked up on trying to say with tips and tricks.
No,
this is not the first time. This is pretty much every day.
It's every day. It's every other week with fucking Heavy Gunner. It's every fucking show. He'll say this works and this works and this works. Dutch wanted to get onto the after show to give Heavy Gunner a hint at doing the 150 base to save the guy 2 Mavericks. It doesn't sound like much, but in the grand scheme of things, that's thorium and resources you're using for missiles that you don't even fucking need to use if Dutch has got a video that does it without it. And he does. I've seen his 150 base video. It's fucking amazing. Yet the guy won't give him the time of fucking day to sit and watch the video. What kind of fucking arbiter or member of the community are you supposed to be if you won't listen to anybody? They say I have a giant fucking ego. And yeah, to be quite frank, I do. I'm known as the Immortal Dr. Phill, for fuck's sake. You've got to get some kind of ego from being called that. And if you don't, you're a fucking lying bastard. That's the principle of the thing, is if you can't listen to the community, what's the fucking point of you running a show in the fucking first place?
Well, look, moreover than that, talking to you, you know, and ego, there's a balance with you where your ego doesn't write checks it can't catch, because you take the time to research. If you're going to be in the public forum giving information, you must research so that you're giving accurate information. They don't, like you said, they don't want to hear other people's information. They just want to kind of go at it their own. And that's not... At the end of the day,
I'm a dickhead, okay? I am, and you know, you guys know this. I'm a bulldozer, okay? The question that I asked was me being polite, okay? I was trying to be polite because I didn't want to be kicked off that page, because I've noticed that they're very quick to ban people.
I didn't even fucking do anything.
Yeah, neither did
That was
Fear the
proactive.
Peel.
But
Fear the Peel got banned too.
Phill got banned. Fucking hell.
All right, now I asked. I think it was Fear. Somebody got kicked off. I can't remember, but and I was being polite. Even after Grizzly came after me, I was being polite because I'll be honest, I can't type what I say. It just does not sound right.
No.
Okay, but I can say it. All right, and I'm a fucking bulldozer. I don't give a rat's fuck. I truly, truly don't. And you know, at the end of the day, I got nothing against Battle Vortex. Okay, I've said that over and over and over and over and over, and I'll keep saying it. It's not Battle Vortex I have a problem with. What I have a problem with is that they took my show, they kicked me out of my show because I was a bulldozer. Cool. I can accept the consequences of my actions. And they destroyed what I've built and what the Dragons built and what Warriors Dragons built and Data King. All of
Rocket.
us.
And Jano.
Jano. You know, they
Fucking,
took
you know.
they took they took a show that was built on the backs of others and they've made it soft. They have
They regressed it back to what it started. It started as just a couple of people talking, and then we innovated it into something that let other people's perspectives enter into the equation. And now they're basically kicking everybody out.
In my mind, Data King started it all.
Mhm.
I took my how I do things from him. I took how he, you know, my biggest problem with Data is that he never went on the forums. He didn't. He was too good to hang out in the forums, and you know, I don't mind being fucked up on the show, but goddamn, that boy was constantly fucked up.
Mhm.
All right, but I took his no nonsense way and added it to myself, and that is that's how I run my show. Is in my mind I do Data, I do Dragon, I do Warriors Dragon and Dragons Warrior. All of them, I combined it into myself, how they all wanted to be, but we're scared to because they didn't want to be kicked off. And that's how and we all built that show on the backs of these guys. And they have ruined it. They have ruined it. People have unsubscribed from the pages. They have like 15 dislikes before the show even starts. I've got to get you guys, I've got to beg you guys just to click dislike on mine just so, you know, they don't feel bad. That's sad. I can have 50 likes and no dislikes. I mean, people don't like their show. They listen. The only time they really have on is when Skipjack is on and she has Wrong Thinker. And she has to bust her ass for that. It's not, you know, Wrong Thinker's a busy man.
Well, let me just jump in with this. It's not going to be much longer that they're going to actually be getting Kicksai members, and this is my own personal opinion, my humble opinion. Kicksai will do the Facebook Live events where it's just the two develop. You know, it'll be Sulaco running the message board, and it'll be Wrong Thinker operating, or it'll be Sulaco doing his little presentations. Why do you think they're testing the waters on that? There's going to be a point where they're just going to do it on their own, just like they do their own in-house videos for the events.
Yep.
And then BV won't have anybody from the team. They're just going to have to rely on reading off of the forums, the posts that come, when they come, if they come.
They already started removing comments.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sad. I mean,
I cannot even sit through some of that stuff anymore. I managed to get through the 45 minutes that Wrong Thinker was on the other day, and half of it I'm just sat there with my head in my hands wondering where the fucking questions are, because most of them were crap.
I mean, it's simple, okay? Like Venom said, it's an open mic, public forum. You post that link so everybody can get on, not just your buddies, not just your friends. you want everybody on. You want fresh faces. You want new people. You don't want. That's what you want. You want the people to come out and.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Hey, monkey.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
You want those. Look, we got Monkey, fresh face. This is not even a Unshackled show. This is a talk show about what's going on. But there's a new face, a new person on here. And that's what you want. You want these new people. You want these people we don't know. You want them to come on, and you want to hear their thoughts, even if they don't like you. And they're like, okay, this is what we don't like. No, you're wrong. This is how you're going to do it. Hell, me and Red Steel, we've had our ups and downs, let me tell you. Okay? We've had behind the scene arguments like you guys would not fucking believe. Yet I still welcome him on my Unshackled show for the sheer reason it's not personal.
No,
these shows are not personal. These shows are for the community. And I respect Red Steel's his points of view and what he's done. I respect those things. Whether I like it or not, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
The point is he's willing to argue with me about it, and we've had some blowout arguments. But we can't do it on Battle Vortex. We couldn't do it on Battle Vortex because that was against the rules.
I mean, hell, Red Steel has fucking trolled most of the fucking forum threads that I have ever been in, and most of the threads that were mine. Yet, I had him on when Shadow was still sick and I was hosting the show. We had a fucking blast doing the show.
Yep.
There's nothing There's nothing personal there, but what's happened is this shit with Battle Vortex has become personal. It's become hostile. And that's just not acceptable. It's not the way you run a community.
And I don't understand why Grizzly was so rude. That's what baffles me out of all of this. Is that I don't understand why he was so rude about it.
He was just chiming in, I think, to be part of the whole thing. I don't think it was a slight directly at you. I think it was just him trying to position himself.
I mean, he should have. He shouldn't have said a word.
Exactly.
If he didn't have nothing constructive to say, he shouldn't have said anything. I mean, but still, him being rude was out of line. I wasn't rude when I asked the question. That was the whole purpose of me asking the question, is because people were scared to post because they were afraid to get their shit banned out. I don't really give a fuck.
It's the backlash that has since been received by the so-called leaders of the community. Fuck off. You can't talk to people like that. Oh, you should have PM'd me. You should have PM'd me. Well, if she actually answered PMs from people who wanted to be on the show, from Dutch and from Dobber, and from various other few people that have tried to get on the so-called open mic show, she wouldn't have this problem in the fucking first place.
Let's speak to this. Like I was saying before, it's the Euro show, which is, to my opinion, it was titled that not because it's a Europeans only show. Anybody can be welcome to it. But it is based on the time frame at which it's most accessible and convenient for people who live in those time zones. If you want to be part of this show, you have to PM Heike to tell her in advance that, or whoever that you want to tell in advance that you want to be part of the show. What's to say I get off work and I go to send the PM and she's fucking asleep at 2 a.m. And obviously he's not going to answer the PM, not respond to it, ignore it, and I don't get to be on the show. Or I have to do it at 3 a.m. for her, time zones conflating. It has to be publicly posted. A start time for the show, a start time for, when you want people who are willing to come on the show. You post out the link so they can join the limited space that you have within one of these Google Hangouts. It's common sense shit that they're basically pissing in the face of.
Yeah.
There's been numerous times I'd send a PM and it would just say seen, and so I know they seen it and they're purposely ignoring it. This. And that's why I love the Facebook seen feature, because you know they seen it and then you know that they're ignoring you. So it's like, if you're a PM, then you gotta read it and actually respond. Hey, I'm cool with, hey, it's not an open mic show. Send that to me in a PM. I'm fine with that. But make it known. Don't put open mic if it's not, you know?
Well, I asked that question. Let's see, how long ago was it since I posted that? It has been
An hour.
a little over about an hour ago, and there is still no answer. And you know, it's a simple question. I mean, it's a really, really simple question. If it's open mic, why isn't it listed?
Why isn't there a link to the Hangout?
And to be honest, I think it's David being on today surprised me, because I know most of the time they don't have anybody that's unshackled on their shows. So Grumpy, I think you're right. They're vetting the people. If you're unshackled, then they're not going to let you on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I asked the question. I mean, if that is the question, if that is the answer, that is because they're coming on this show, then, you know, damn it, Daba, shut up. God damn it, I was going to get deleted. You know, if that is, be honest with us. Be honest. If the reason why they're not sending that link is because they're unshackled, they need to go ahead and man up and say it. Don't hide. Don't just be honest. You know, the community wants honesty, whether they like it or not. Okay, it's just like a woman. They want honesty. They want that shit to be honest. Even if they don't like it, be honest. Am I wrong? Okay, we have a lady on here. Faith, would you not rather have somebody be straight out honest with you? Or would you have them lie?
I'm one. Don't freaking lie to me, because I'll go off on you.
Thank you. So you treat it like a lady. You be honest, whether some bad shit happens or not. In the end, they're gonna appreciate the honesty more than they're gonna do anything else. So if that's the case, Heike, I know you guys are watching. I know some of them Battle Vortex is watching. I know. Okay, we're not stupid. Okay, we really aren't. So if you guys are watching, my question's posted. Answer honestly. If you can't answer honestly, post it on the YouTube chat. We'll post it for you.
I really want to say that I think between Grizzly's comment and her announcement that all you have to do is just PM me, I think that is the antithesis of their answer. That's it. That's the end all be all.
If you don't PM, you don't get the link.
Yeah, and
the caveat to that is, even if I was to want to go on one of those shows, I couldn't PM Heike, because Heike blocked me on Facebook.
And if you don't have her on Facebook, you can't do anything.
If you don't have her on Facebook, you can't PM her.
That's right.
Or it goes to the other message box. I mean, I go in there maybe once a month to check that, and I've seen messages from people that I would usually, you talk to on the Facebook comments, and
jumps over there. Yeah, I know. Like I said, it's stupid. This has not and was not ever meant to be competition. It's not. This isn't about any group of people. It's about all of us players, all the people in the community. They are taking this down a very dark path.
Oh, we won't. No, I can tell you right now, Unshackled.
No, not us. But I'm just saying that the attitude issues are pivoting this towards just in completely the most defective, non-helpful way. And I don't want to see it do that.
Yep. I won't. I mean, well, Unshackled won't go down that route. We will not lower to their level. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck.
I know.
I mean, I missed Battle Vortex just because of it was my first. But I love Unshackled.
Battle Vortex popped your cherry?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mine too.
It did.
I remember the very first episode you were on. Data King brought you on, and
yep.
You know,
and they did. You know, like I said, I miss it, but I love this.
And I thought you were hosting from a trailer.
I
I remember that sofa.
mean, and there's a difference right there. Like or miss and love. Unshackled, this is my baby. Yeah, I love this. I love doing this shit, man. I truly, truly do. I love getting out there and getting on air and having all you guys on there and all you guys who come and watch every 3 days we put up. And Grumpy's right yet again. I mean, if it was competitive, I could burn them.
Easily.
Okay, because I have the people who watch. I got the people who like to watch. But I don't. And Grumpy's right. It's out of respect for Skip and the Battle Vortex name. Because at the end of the day, they did get me, you know, he gave me a shot. And I did, you know, I did what I do. And yes, I fucked up a few times. But you know something? This is it. It's led up to Unshackled. So I can't really bash Battle Vortex, the name itself. But the producer, and her two minions have destroyed a show that's cost Gatekeeping, that's cost us Jano, that's cost us Dragon, that's cost us War. It's legends of the game, legends of the community. Okay, and they have disrespected the show. That is what I wanted to say. That's it right there. Now I can say it. I can never type this shit like I want. It never sounds right. But they have taken a show built by legends and made it a noob show.
That means absolutely fuck all to anybody.
Yes, and to us older people who've been playing this game for such a long time, who've been watching Battle Vortex, have been part of Battle Vortex, who have felt close to Battle Vortex. I personally myself, I feel like they have taken what was built and took a fucking sledgehammer to it and has destroyed it. And if I was Data, if I was Dragon, if I was any of those guys who heard that new Battle Vortex, I would be disgusted because that show, I mean, come on, it made it legends out of all of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that sounds very egotistical, and I'm sorry. That's not what I'm not meaning to be egotistical. But before I did Battle Vortex, I was a nobody who was allowed. All I was a loudmouth on the forums.
All I was is a loudmouth in general.
Yep.
Still
And
am.
now, because of them, they have elevated me to a point in the game that there are expectations of all of us that are on this panel. All of us who get on here, there are expectations that the community looks out for. And what they have done to my show disgusts me to no fucking extent. None. I see Battle Vortex as a part. It's a half the show. It's a third of the show it used to be. If it wasn't for Skip, the show would be nothing. It would be nothing, and that's wrong. That is wrong.
There are no words that I can use to describe just how ridiculously disappointed I am in the events that have taken place in the last couple of hours, let alone the events that have taken place over the last few months. With everything being done the way it was, with all the stuff that happened with Kixeye and BV and the separation to Unshackle. Walking that line was a fucking fine line. And once you cross that line, there ain't going anywhere.
Racing down the rails on roller skates.
I'm glad David's joined actually, because I'm surprised they even fucking let you on.
Okay.
I did not.
How many hoops did you have to jump through to get on the BV show tonight?
None.
Because they
Really?
need somebody with something to say, I guess.
So I
He's
did
gonna
not go
ask
through
for the
the
link,
link.
and then they gave it to him.
I just asked for the link and got it.
Okay. Fair enough.
So did Dobber, and so did Dutch. But apparently, it's a selective process now.
Excuse me, hold on. I must comment.
I'm missing the fun. There sometimes I hate not being on that page anymore.
Oh, banter.
But this is exactly the point in the road that we've had to go down. It needs to be aired before anything else goes on, before the next shows, before it just grinds on everybody's fucking gears.
Yeah, vent it before it boils over, before it has time to gain.
Before it gains any traction.
Yeah, and goes off where it doesn't belong.
Exactly.
Nip it in the butt and keep it on context. But you're right. It's been months and months and months of this just attitude issue that I've seen. The go fuck yourself if you're not part of our thing kind of attitude. It didn't sit well with me, and that's why I, on my own, don't go back and watch the shows that often. I might catch a rerun if I think it's poignant to something like an event show, or I know
like
very well. Yeah, but
she just said that I handpicked the people on the show. No, I never did.
No.
Never.
Well, it's kind
Open
of
mic. Go ahead. Sorry, Dutch.
no, it's kind of like you have to choose, or with them, or with you guys, and that's not right in my eyes.
I would never make you guys choose.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't.
The simple fact of the matter is, if that question ever came up, the immediate response is, if BV is forcing me to choose between BV and Unshackled, fuck you, eat a dick. I'm going with Unshackled every time.
Honestly, I feel Unshackled's a better show.
Well,
And look, it's not always 100%, War Commander. There's fun, and there's banter, and there's talk, and there's sharing stories and remembering the past. It's not just the most recent updates, the most recent things. The game has its moments where it's stale. And we, Shadow and Dr. Phill and Skipjack, in all aspects, not just this show, but BV as well, you try to add little things that keep you entertained. Now, the format on that show doesn't lend for entertainment. It only lends reading the ticker tape on your stock reports. That's it. It's just information. And if it's the wrong information and you buy the wrong stock and you eat shit and now you're out of the game for a day because all your tunes are dead, it's fucking bad.
That's right. There, I've always posted the link. Always. Open mic means open mic.
It's just first come, first serve. That's the only determining factor, is the limited amount of space on.
Yes, there was a couple of people I would PM the link to first, but that's because I knew that I had to leave to take my wife-in-law to work,
and they could run the show for you.
That's right. They could run the show while I was gone for 15 minutes.
Or they had a specific thing that you wanted to screen share, like a video that they had done on YouTube, and you asked them if they could share it for the show. That kind of stuff is completely understandable.
And I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to upset Heike. No. I'm really not. I mean, I'm really not out. I'm not trying to browbeat her. I'm not trying to do any of that. This is a question, and she said it was answered. She didn't want it to be a bitch fest. We should, and then and you're right, Phill and Venom. The answer was they got to PM her or an arbiter. Why?
Look, I'll put it.
Here we go. Many people have PM'd me saying that they sent PMs and asked for the links in the YouTube chat, and they've been ignored. And that's exactly it, right? That's.
That's precisely correct.
Thank you.
Look, the barometer for this whole thing, before I lose my track, is they don't fill their slots. If BV was running as smoothly as it should, with the connection to the community that it has, as being part of War Commander for such a long time, that it allowed William, the owner and operator of the company, to go to the headquarters and give the community a little walk around with different things, and have people like Wrong Thinker on the show, and have people like CM Chris on the show, and Scarlet in the past. If it was running smoothly with an active group of what do you call yourselves? Not the arbiters, the other ones.
They're unshackled. That's it.
No, but I mean your position in the show is not host. Well, not host. Whatever. If it was running smoothly, those slots would be filled. They would be filled. There would be standing room only, and people would drop out to let somebody else in if need be. But it would be filled. It wouldn't end up with episodes where there's 3 people on cam, and they're ignoring the chat, and they're just spouting off their own shit, and then show's ended. And then more information is being passed in the side chat than actually on the live stream, and that is absolutely gutting to me.
That right there was the problem today. In today's chat. It was they were posting wrong information, and other people were having to fix it inside the side chat. I mean, because they were ignoring everybody. They were ignoring people on YouTube. I always have YouTube up on 2 different. I showed you guys that last night. I always have YouTube up on another page, so I can keep an eye out and see what people want and what they need. The help for bases in today's show was total junk. Why? I mean, it was, and why was it?
This is the thing. It's the same fucking shit every time. You try and correct what's been said wrong, and they remove your comments because you are contradicting what they said.
I mean,
And it's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit.
I'm kind of curious about Bumbles. Bumble said the help that the bases was total junk. Why?
Shit.
I mean, I want to know why it was wrong. I mean, this is the questions that we want answered on Unshackled. When we're on Unshackled show, if we're wrong, I want to fucking know. I want you guys to go, yo, Shadow, wait a minute, you're fucking up, dude. This is not how you do things. I want to know. I want to know when I'm fucking up. Throwing missiles at it, and Unique seemed to be their way of showing people how to do it.
They do tend to push the higher level units, and basically, if you ain't got them, well,
tough shit is usually what's been said. Yes. I had that same fucking argument with Heavy Gunner about the fucking Jericho and the Hellhound. When I put my Iron Strike 60 that I did with a level 20 Hellhound, when I had it. And it wasn't all max tech. It wasn't advanced. It was level 20. And I did that. I took damage, and then all the fucking shit that I got on my fucking video for it from him, I could have done it better with Jericho. What's the fucking point? If at the time of that video, if I had fucking Jericho, if I would have had him, I'd have fucking used him. But I didn't. I used a fucking Hellhound.
And you still got the job done.
And I got the job done. Yeah, I took some damage. So fuck him. Everything is free repair in the fucking game.
Wait, they use an Inferno in the 65. I use Nightmares. A unit everybody has.
And
you only need Nightmares.
Yeah, Nightmares.
That's the difference between you and them.
Wow.
Yeah, there's. I'll say this: there is a difference between each show, but
I want you to know I did I was doing the Corpus bases, the Elite Sandstorm bases with Kara.
yeah.
I was doing them with Kara.
Now, mind you, your car is maxed out with
My
lots
car is
of
maxed
fully
out.
tech, and okay, and
I
that's all.
just-
Well,
I did the 150s with and I did it live on that show.
Yep.
Mhm.
I did it with the Omega Titan, and I said this can be done with the standard Titan.
And that's the
So-
beauty. You're a good representation of what I try to talk about, which is you have a unit that's highly teched out, but you explain it can be done with the same technique with a lower grade unit. Shadow always explains when he goes into bases and he does things like, hey, guess what, Venom, look what I'm using, and you ain't got this shit. But if you do it this way and you can use something else, it's still going to work. And at least you always state ahead of time. Yeah, well, I have the max gold tech of this, and I have this unit, and this is the rank.
And there's nothing I can do about that.
No,
Yeah,
there's nothing any of us can do about it on either show.
What you're at is what you're at. You can't regress. But you always explain, hey, and Shadow's been always good at this, and Wrong Thinkers live stream was good at this, in taking a unit that other players of lesser level, lesser age, lesser time, or just didn't put in the effort to get the higher grade tech, can still do the same thing, and he shows the different techniques needed to use a lower level unit to end up with the same result. Yes, you're going to take damage, unlike using Jericho. Yes, you're going to take damage, unlike using an Inferno. Yeah, but still, this will do this, and it'll still end up with the victory and the XP that you need to buy the Jericho.
Right.
And like, what the fuck?
And I'll give SK props on this. I hate to say it in this term, he dumbs it down. He uses.
I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. I am really, really cool with that.
Well,
You dumb it down.
You
You dumb it down to where you use nothing but the older units that the newer people would have, or close to what they would have. I've seen you take nothing on any of your SF and go in and do a metal base or a Thor base or whatever. It doesn't matter.
I was in a Google Hangout chat earlier today, and this is the only reason I haven't made any videos today. You see my repair damage? This was a 115 did this to me. All right.
Yeah.
And what I did was I took all the tech. If you guys notice, I had to coin a little bit, and I lost almost all my Thor, because I took almost all the tech off of these bad boys to see if I could do a 115 like everybody else. Hold on, let me show you. They had the Inferno and the Legion. See? That's Sheila. Okay, that's regular. And as you can tell, yeah, I took it, but boy, did it kick my fucking atlet at. That's a 115 base did that to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just wanted, because they were saying that they could not do it with a lot, because they were getting a lot of damage. And I was like, fuck it. My event's pretty much done. I can do my next rerolls all defensive and get the trophy. So I went ahead and see if I could do it with what I got. And boy, it was nasty. But I was willing to take it. I don't care.
You're willing to take damage and do it
to
for show.
Yeah.
And it hurt. It hurt bad. I'm just glad I was glad I was able to repair him. I repaired him in an hour. But let me tell you, boy, that shit, it kicked my 115. I tell you right now, if you're level 38 and under, give it up. Don't try it. It is way past your fucking abilities.
I'm level 40 and I can't do the 115.
Man, it smacked me around like I was a little fucking schoolboy. I was like, oh, I got this. I'm going to kick this motherfucker's ass. Because if you use the Legion can take a lot of the damage from those units and not get a lot of damage. But it's hard to get them to come out without clipping that fucking railgun. I could get one corner, no problem. But that goddamn railgun and then those commandos right next to the railgun, you can't bring your cyclones in because the commandos shoot them right the fuck out of the air from either corner. So you had to come around to where the grenaders are and slowly touch your way. Man, I was like, yeah, okay, dude, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You just don't have the units for it. You just don't. You can't do it without these max units.
You're on your own, motherfucker.
Pretty much. He was a level 39. Yeah, level 39. And I was brutal. I mean, I was like, man, I'm sorry, but this is past way beyond you. Without the max units, it's gonna eat you the fuck up. Well, what about a 120? Kiss my ass.
You gotta go about that
the lag kills me in the 120.
Really smart way.
The lag is what killed me more than anything else. No, having all those special forces with my special forces.
Yeah,
The Sheila was kicking. Oh man, my Sheila was kicking their ass because I got the concussion on it with the grenader on her, and she was fucking them up. Hold on, I'll show my schematic for Sheila. Look at that. We went from a bitch fest to a teach fest.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, we'll bitch and moan and complain, and then we'll teach you how to do it the right way.
This is what I have on my Sheila. This is my Sheila bitch.
Or an alternate way.
That
No, the right way, David.
No.
that right
No,
there. helps.
everybody has a different way of doing things. But
as in this event, you don't need to do the master waves.
no.
No, but he wanted to try them, so I was cool with it, you know. And this is what I have on her. And I should have had another grenade launcher, but that grenade launcher with her gun stuns a lot of people. Okay, and they all clump together. And what I did was I moved my Legion out in front to take most of the damage, and I was shooting behind them. But the lag made me misclick.
Oh,
And yeah, I was targeting individual SF because I like if you target individual SFs, you'll get the whole group if you target the middle. Well, I misclicked and moved them all forward in front of my Legion. Kill a bitch.
Oops.
She was toast. That was the biggest problem with those bases was the misclicking.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I can give you like a quick rundown of something that I'm like, because I mean, I'll hit these bases differently to how I might explain it, but I mean, there are a lot of things you can do in these bases, just small things, really simply that can really make a big difference, and it's just about doing the right thing at the right time and in the right order.
Okay, Nick, scroll up just a little bit to where that top railgun is. Okay, you see that Cyclone? If you have or Tempest, I mean, my bad, Tempest.
Yeah.
He only had 3 Cyclones, okay, and they were level 15. And
yes, that's the thing. I wouldn't go for that Tempest. I'd ignore this for a lot later.
Well, see, I didn't know any other way to come around to get those fucking commandos from the other side because they were just tearing my shit the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd start. First thing you need to do is take these out.
Also, also when your air deploys, make sure it's not in that corner. They don't deploy from that side. I learned that the hard way too.
Yes, try to make sure they don't deploy from here, because they can be a bit annoying. Mine did deploy from here when I first did. I was like, "Oh, better get out of there fast." But yeah, that's try to take them out with whatever you want to use. Preferably use a Titan for distraction or something, and maybe take them out with Cyclones or your ground. But yeah, you want to take them out because and you won't have really any issues taking them out, I think. But once you get them out, like I've said in the past shows, bring hailstorms. You will take like a little bit of damage from the avalanche and the AA plasma, but it's in the grand scheme of things, it's really going to be very minuscule.
You know those howlers?
What's that?
You know those howlers in the corner? You can take
Yep.
them out easily with a squad of 6 howlers. They will kill it before
This
they
guy didn't
defeat
have
it.
any howlers. See,
Most
that was the
people
thing.
are not going to have the howlers. That's the thing.
This guy was a level 38 who had he only had one hero unit, and that was Sheila. He only had 3 cyclones that were low level, and he had the Legion, and the only reason he had the Legion was because his friends helped him get it.
Yeah, most people won't have a lot of howlers. I myself, I think I've got like 6 expert and 1 normal or something. Or
I have
2
1
normal.
now.
Yeah, and that's my point, because they were from the from the master waves and towards the end. So most people are not going to have a lot of them. That's why I try not to tell people to use howlers, but to find
And I
think
did
of something to take them out. What's that?
The Twin Titan helped a lot too.
Twin Titans, yeah, that's use Spec Ops. You can take them out easily.
Or you can maybe squab up and use it as a decoy and then come.
I mean, it's just that he was struggling, and I tried it, and I couldn't figure out how I could get around because like I said, he has very minimal troops.
But what was that? Were you just going straight around to kill them without killing anything else?
No, I killed all the special forces. All the all the heavy operators, the lead operators, the Tempest. That corner, I got the other Tempest near the Grenadiers. I was working my way, down low on that bottom corner. I was struggling with getting that railgun because of his cyclones can't hit air.
That one or this one?
Not Tempest. I mean the railgun on the bottom corner. Yep, that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how I could distract that thing, so I can bring in my my Sheila or to get it. But I misclicked up near those operators. I misclicked and brought my fucking special forces in too close, and the railgun got them.
Okay. See, I mean, the easiest way I can think to take that out is hailstorms.
He didn't have hailstorms.
Will work, but you're gonna. I mean, if the problem with using the ninjas is they will hit early and they will probably attract all this shit to you. So you have to be really you have got to be in and out real fucking fast.
Yeah.
Well, that was my biggest mistake is I misclicked it, and once I misclicked, it was the lag that made me misclick because I was targeting them.
Yeah.
And as soon as I clicked it, they moved. I was like, "Oh, you fucking!" I was trying to click, but once Sheila starts moving, turning her around is almost impossible.
Yeah, and the thing you got to be careful about, and you got to remember strongly, is the heavy operators. The heavy operators and the grenadiers have concussion immunity, so you want to try not to use Sheila against them to a certain extent.
I was gonna use my air through them, but Killzone just posted something on the side chat that I didn't even think about it when it came into my when I was doing it. A fucking PK. I could have dropped a PK. They're cheap. He can get PKs. I could have dropped a PK right on that fucking railgun.
You can. I think the only ones that got
only on the railgun sides.
That's
the
one that
on the hunters. Those Tempests on the 2 sides next to the hunters both have point defects.
Yep. But
depends where your missile comes in too.
But hold up. You got to remember.
One thing, the Tempests are shopped probably with point defense.
Only 2.
I think these 2 are. I think this one isn't workshopped with anything. I don't think that one's workshopped with anything. So I think these 2 are workshopped with point defense because they've got the red around it. So that means they've got the limited tech on it.
Didn't even think about that shit.
That would work. But the problem with that, I mean, okay, first you got to take that out. That's not really too much of an issue. But the biggest problem with that is it becomes solely reliant on where you would have to pick a base so that your air would spawn from here. So that way the PK would come from here. Because if you're, your air spawning here, your PK is going to come this way. So if you're trying to target this, it's going to get shot down by that. Vice versa. If it's coming in from this way, it's going to get shot by that. If it becomes purely dependent on you hitting one that's above your base, so that your air will deploy from here and your PK will deploy from here as well. That being said, that means you won't be able to take that one until you've got the rest of the all cleared out, and then you can probably drop on there.
I'll be right back, guys.
But yeah, I mean, if you do that, I mean, you can use a PK. Everyone should roughly have at least a small group of hailstorms. Bring them in from here, take that out, take that out, take that out, and get them and run out. Then
Apparently
you can.
that I was helping didn't have them. That's why the Shatter didn't use them.
You really should. I mean, it becomes a real problem because. I just want to say.
I'd love to keep the show going at this point, but I'm sick as a fucking dog, and I'm dropping off at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the Hangout open. I'm going to kill the show, and there'll be an extra space for anybody else who wants to jump in. If you want to take over and run it on another channel, then you feel free to go nuts. But I want to thank everyone for dropping by tonight, just to clear the air and clear all the shit out of the way.
Sorry, I missed most of it.
Don't worry about it, David. It's all good.
Hopefully your feet are still intact.
It's not my fucking feet. There are a whole myriad of issues that are wrong with me at the moment.
Okay.
And that's not something I'm going into. Personal health stuff is, personal.
Yeah.
So again, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank the guys in the YouTube for actually putting up with this bullshit, because I did it on a spur of the moment thing. And I'll see you all on Wednesday night, hopefully.
And just to make you feel at home, fuck you.
And fuck you too, David.